All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm about to listen to an album that I am very, very, very excited about. Marquee Moon by Television, a 1977 classic, beloved album, one of the most beloved rock albums of all time, an art punk, post punk classic. You know, some of the highest ratings on Album of the Year you can get on any album ever. A 99.9 critic score and an 88.5 user score, which places it in the top 130 of all time in terms of user score. Fantano gave this thing a 10, Rolling Stone gave this thing a 10, Pitchfork gave this thing a 10, NME gave this thing a 10. Everybody thinks this is like the greatest album of all time, okay? And I am so excited getting into this. I have been waiting to listen to this album for like 3 years. I've been holding off on this so I can get a reaction to it, but today I'm doing a stream where my editors pick what albums I listen to, and Chivo, the GOAT, decided that Marquee Moon was one of the albums he wanted me to listen to. Absolute peak. And we're coming off of listening to an album by The Who, by the way. So we're going from one classic to another classic. I'm so excited. I'm so fucking excited for this album. I cannot describe how hyped I am to be listening to this. Again, 1977, 8 tracks, 46 minutes. I've heard 2 songs on this album already. I have heard Venus and I've heard the title track, Marquee Moon, but I don't remember much about this album, to be honest. Yeah, a lot of like both of these tracks are like kind of a blur to me. So I'm going into this basically completely fresh. Let's get straight into this. Track 1, See No Evil. You don't mean to overrate or anything, but every song's a 10 for you. Man, immediately, this shit is so damn expressive. Oh my god, the vocals, just how wild the guitar interplay is here. It's so expressive. It's so colorful and lively. That massive chant of evil right here is electric as all hell. This guitar solo immediately, it's simple, but it's so damn effective. Every single performance here is top notch. Right out of the gate. This is a band where I feel like every member is so integral to their sound. So far, I'm agreeing. Like, the guitars are the standout, but still got a fantastic bass line. Love the drum sound here. Everything's so well-rounded. Sounds 60s, think they're doing it differently here. It does definitely feel like it's intentionally calling back to some 60s stuff here, yeah. I'm feeling a solid 9 on this opener, dude. Wow. Kicking down the door, all guns blazing immediately. Absolutely fucking ridiculous performances. Oh my god, the guitars throughout this track are so good. From the interplay, the great soloing, how gorgeous that lead riff is. Oh my god, the way it just feels like a constant fucking revolving... the guitar feels like a clock going at 1,000,000 miles an hour, just revolving around and around and around like that, dude. It's fucking stunning. Absolutely stunning. This album's starting off about as good as I could ask, to be honest. This is living up to the hype. A just under 4-minute track that displays every single band member's level of importance. It displays a great sense of interplay between every single member. Even the vocals, man, it's got like such an awkward, nerdy vocal performance, but it's so damn charming. Yeah, this song has since grown to a 10. This is an absolutely fucking perfect opener for this album, having now listened to this thing like 4 times at this point. I legitimately think See No Evil is one of the strongest album openers I have heard in such a long time. It's so damn charming. Oh my god, this is it's off to quite the start. Next track, Venus. I have heard this song, but I don't remember it. You hope I know what the Venus de Mayo is for context? Alright, I don't know what the Venus de Mayo is. I feel like I've heard that before, but I don't know what it is. Oh, it's the... Oh, okay, never mind. I know what that is. The fucking statue, yeah. Never mind. How do I feel about the whiny vocals? I like them. They're so silly, but in a way that gives the song more character as opposed to, like, taken away from the impact, you know? Silly but quite fittingly distinct? Yeah. Oh, it's Venus de Milo, not Venus de Maya. Okay. And those jazzy fills mixed with that strong ass bass line. Oh my god. This shit is just infectious as all hell. Feeling a high 9 on that song. Man, that was gorgeous. Absolutely fucking stunning. It's so simple, but it's that simplicity and how much conviction they're putting across that makes this so immediately satisfying. It's just some of the most, like, charismatic interplay between the band. Such a ridiculously charming lead vocal performance that's just the right amount of goofy, that's just the right amount of out there and wild to still feel like it matches tonally and even adds extra impact to these tracks. The jazzy drum fills throughout this, that nice chunky ass bass line that you get towards the back half of this song too. You get so many little gorgeous nuggets of instrumentation all the way throughout this thing that combine into one big colorful explosion of a track. Oh my god, this is so good. Next up, Friction. Oh, hang on a sec. My brother's calling me. I need to pause this incredible song to talk to my brother. One sec. Loving how many different styles of drumming we've been getting. Punky drumming, there were like some jazzy fills on the first song. There's been some like almost disco style drumming on this track. Wait till I hear the title track. I don't remember much about the title track at all. I'm excited to get to it because it's like 10 fucking minutes. Another solid 9. Oh my god, this shit is so damn fiery. Jesus Christ. Again, of course, being the drum nerd, I have to glaze how good the drumming on this album is. A great variety of styles. There's displays of jazz, there's displays of punk, there's displays of just standard rock drumming, there's displays of a little bit of disco drumming on this track with some of those like offbeat open hi-hats. So fun. So fucking fun, the amount of different styles of drumming we're getting on this album. This track has some of the wildest, most busy parts we've gotten on the album up to this point. I love those super ecstatic, vibrant call and response moments where the backing vocals are just a crowd chant of friction over and over again. The lyrics on this track being as poetic and as slick and clever as they are. The lyrics across the whole album have been clever, but this one in particular, multiple lines that had me, smirking at how fucking silly and fun they were. This album is so damn fun. That's the biggest word I would use to describe this. Is just this album. It's not the most like complex or serious thing on the planet, but it's one of the most like just goofy, fun albums I've listened to in a while, man. The band are just having such a great time constructing these absolutely batshit ridiculous instrumentals, and that energy is so infectious across all 3 of these first 3 songs, and I'm really hoping it keeps it up till the end. This is another song that's grown to a 10 for me. It's almost like I really like this album. Yeah, no, on more listens, again, this album just keeps fucking growing on me, dude. This album is becoming a personal favorite for me very slowly. And a song like Friction just being as colorful and as just vibrant and expressive as it is, and how uplifting this track is, especially listening to this album when I've had a rough day or something, and then it's just so fucking uplifting. It's impossible for me not to say that this track's a 10. You know, this shit is absolutely perfect. Next up, title track, Marquee Moon. Oh my god, guys, it's literally Interpol. Ooh. Okay, I do kind of remember this a little bit. This singing. Oh my fucking god. For the same reason that I love how expressive a vocalist like say like Julian Casablancas is, this kind of has that same quality. Oh my god, as soon as that first line came in, that's some of the most fucking gorgeous vocal. Oh my god. Give it a 10. We're less than a minute into a 10-minute song. It's already a 10. Oh my. Wow. Oh, Geese covered this live? Damn. Yeah, I could definitely see Geese being influenced by this, particularly on their last album. Such a well-groomed instrumental. See, now this feels very Remain in Light era Talking Heads, where it's just the same simple ideas, like being piled on top of each other and looping. Like that reminds me a lot of what Talking Heads would do on Remain in Light, just like repeating the same super simple idea, but stacking them on top of each other until it gets to the point that the instrumental feels a lot more complex and busy than it actually is. Talking Heads incorporate that exact same trick on Remain in Light, and it works just as well here. 2 chords being turned into a masterpiece, yeah. That's so Interpol. Which fucking song is it? It's the second track on Turn on the Bright Lights. I forget what it's called. Such interesting hi-hat work. Just random extra added 16th notes thrown in there. It's so sporadic, but still incredibly tight as well. It's not even particularly like rudimental playing. I've not picked up on any particular rudiments that have been incorporated so far. It's been more so just like random added notes out of nowhere. I recorded this in the first take. I believe I read to the drummer Billy. I thought it was just going to be a demo. Wow. Going this hard for a demo is wild. We rehearsed like 5 hours a day every day. Holy shit. What mood would I say at the trays? It's felt like that's changed across the song. There's something about this that feels triumphant and hopeful at points, but it still kind of has that moody post-punk undertone with how heavy the low end is. Ooh. You're fucking kidding me. Oh my god. Actually deserves its length. Yeah, 10.5 minutes. So well spent. Intro playlist, I don't know about that. The song's too long for the intro playlist, but that's an easy 10. That's one of the most beautiful post-punk songs I have ever heard. Every single section of that was so, like, substantive musically to a degree that very few songs I've heard that are this length are. Genuinely, every single aspect of this track is flawless for 10.5 minutes. That's ridiculous. Like, I always talk about the difference between a song being perfect and being a 10 out of 10. This song's both. This song is both perfect and a 10 out of 10. It's hard not to glaze. Genuinely. That constant, beautiful, loopy nature to the first half of this track that obviously would go on to inspire and act like Talking Heads on Remain in Light. The way these very simple but effective parts are just looped again and again and again and again and again, kind of beating these ideas into your head until it just pulls the rug from under your feet, going into like that beautiful chorus with one of the best vocal performances I could even possibly imagine. The incredible back half of this track that feels like the entire band getting to go just as wild as they want, the craziest drum parts, the slickest bass line. As the song kind of reaches its conclusion, and it just seamlessly slips right back into that same repeating motif at the beginning of the track. And it has that beautiful full circle moment. It's like, I didn't even talk about the bit where it randomly turns into a piano ballad. It out of nowhere. It turns into this sparkly piano ballad for like a whole ass minute. That's like one of the most shocking moments on a song I've ever heard for the best in the best way. In the best way possible, I could possibly mean that. Yeah, easy 10. Quite an easy 10. I'm left speechless by that song. That's 10.5 minutes of the best shit ever. Wow. Oh my god. Didn't have a piano. Was there not a piano? I swear that Spacey section had piano. Or was it just keys? I think it's just because I heard Pretty Spacey section, my mind thought piano. I can't lie. Elevation. This would be such a good chill gaming album, by the way. It was pianos at first, but his guitars played way up the neck. Okay. Way up the neck. I can't speak. Whoa. Crazy hi-hat flourishes. Ooh, every instrument is doing something so interesting. Literally. Such a strange offbeat accent there. The bass being one of the catchiest elements of the song, surprisingly. These guitar parts play off of each other absolutely beautifully too. JD? What is JD abbreviating? I can't think off the top of my head. First few songs, the sound now is heavier. Yeah, the album's getting like progressively like dirtier and darker. Timelessness of the flawless guitar player is something truly to behold. So mesmerizing 50 years later, absolutely. Ah, god damn it, man. This song, one of the most colorful, but also surprisingly one of the dirtiest and heaviest we've gotten up to this point. I know there's just such a sense of chaos on this track that they create through this like very, very punchy bass line. The bass on this track in particular is one of the most interesting elements of this. The way it kind of is constantly ascending and descending kind of gives the song a nice kind of wavy feel. It reminds you of I could see a bit of Pink Floyd with the bass, actually. Yeah, absolutely. These guitar parts, but when it goes into that solo, oh my god, that shit is just thunderous. Absolutely thunderous. I didn't expect this album to go so crazy on its guitar solos, but holy shit. Wow. And of course you get the incredible drumming as well. That part where it goes into that wild descending fill that takes forever and it's doing the crazy super fast sextuplers all the way down the toms. Manic shit. Absolutely manic shit. Also, one of my favorite choruses on the album up to this point, that repetition of elevation, don't go to my head. There's something about that just, it's so fucking, like, that one's gonna be an earworm. I guarantee that shit's gonna be stuck in my head after we're done with this album. High 9. Wrong. This song's actually a 10. I was wrong. It's not a high 9. This is maybe my second favorite on the album after having multiple listens with this thing. Catchiest chorus on this whole thing. Absolutely. And also the soloing on this track is just way too wild for it not to be a 10 for me. Why don't I listen to the new NBA 2K26 Waka Flocka Flame? That's it. That's an excellent question. Why don't I do that? Guiding Light. Oh my god, dude, this atmosphere. Holy shit. That's such an intimate and delightful song to throw in here. It's so calm. It's so gentle. The colors of this track aren't too overstated, but they still add just enough saturation to this. Another high 9. Getting such a soft, gentle, subtle track. I was not expecting that. Holy shit. Again, everything is so low key on this song. And it's still able to be colorful. It's still able to be vibrant. Just toned down from everything else to a degree that is so fucking entrancing. This track is entrancing. Every single second, every single riff, every fucking bass note of this song, they throw in like the fucking, there were like some bells at some point. Everything on this track kind of feels like it's adding up to this nice, sparkling, glistening aesthetic. Everything just so slow and soft and easy on the ears. I don't know. I wasn't expecting the album to get to a point that was this intimate. Thank you to, damn, sending a fucking big 10 for that one. Jesus. Thank you. This album's blowing me away. It's that fucking good. It is that fucking good. This is that album, you know? Like, I don't think it's a 10, but it's like the strongest of 9s I could possibly give so far. This is like, I'm just fucking blown away. It's like even better than I could have imagined. This is so fucking good. I'm so glad to be finally listening to this album, and I'm sad that it's almost over. We only got 2 more songs. Prove it. It's blowing you as well. Alright. Actually fucking whistling after that line. Oh my god. Lots of rolling drums indeed. I love how fluffy the mix is as well. Everything is so soft. Even like the elements of the album that should sound harsher, like these big washy crashes, some of the higher guitar notes, they still feel so soft.
This case is closed.
That's one of like the most meditative songs on the album up to this point, in my opinion. I was just getting kind of lost in thought with that one. There's something about that song that just feels like it, again, kind of has that entrancing quality of the previous track, but to an even higher. God damn it, man. Son of a bitch. Yeah, as I was going to say there, it's one of the more meditative tracks on the album up to this point. It's the song that has kind of made me get lost in thought the most. There's something about just how soft the mix is on this song. There's something about how simple and kind of plucky the parts throughout this track are that just kind of had me mentally drifting a little bit. And I mean that in a good way, not in a way that I was like getting bored by the track, not in a way that I was like getting distracted by other things, but it just kind of took me down some mental rabbit holes. And I like when music's able to do that. It was just so calming. There was something about this track that felt so whole and welcome and inviting. I don't know, man, this track just, there's something about it that through its simplicity, it was able to say so much. 1977 was a hell of a year. Look at the top 25. Animals, we're not going to count this because it only has fucking 6, 7 ratings. Animals, Television, Marquee Moon, obviously, Low, Stranger, Rumors, Heroes. There's some fucking Bob Marley in there. Getting Asia in there. Damn. 77 a stacked year indeed. Holy shit. Anyway, we're here. Final song. I gave that last track a high 9, by the way, in case anyone didn't see. We're here. The final track, the final song, Torn Curtain. I'm so sad this album's about to be over, man. I love that little bit of dread that's hiding underneath this song. Ooh. Already been 3 minutes, so I just turned on the track. Yeah. The kind of crawling pace of this song makes it feel like it's flying by. Lane's really the cherry on top of this performance on here. Absolutely. Like the emotionally packed ending. Forgot how compelling it was. Yeah, for an album that has not been the heaviest on the emotional aspects so far, to get a song that's so full of dread and sorrow to close it, it's an unexpected but welcome switch. Album basically has 2 endings, Marquee Moon to Inside A and this one Side B. I mean, if I give this album less than a 10, the whole chat will unsub. The album's not a 10. I think that song is a 10. I think that's the best closer I could possibly ask for. Good fade out, indeed. I think that the fade out on that track actually works. Yeah, ending on such a melancholic, dour note, something more emotional and it's kind of epic to close the album. I'd say the song is even more epic than the title track, honestly. There's something about just the scope and scale of everything on display here, from these crazy backing vocals, that descending guitar line, just how big and massive the drum sound on this track in particular, the space and the atmosphere that's created here being unlike any of the other songs. Kind of a wild tone shift to take so suddenly, but one that works. It really works. It won't be lower than a 9. No, this album definitely will not be lower than a 9. Quite a striking and powerful way to end this album. I love the repetition towards the back half of this track, just the backing vocals saying tears and years over and over and over and over and over again. Kind of feeling like a never-ending stream of just sorrow looming over the end of this track, just creating this endless cycle, essentially, of constantly looking back and feeling sad about the past. I absolutely adored this album. I fucking loved this album. Head to toe, I think this thing is nearly flawless. This album is some of the best post-punk I have heard up to this point. I think that this is one of the most consistent albums I have heard in quite some time, in terms of just being like a head-to-toe, endlessly enjoyable experience. This is like 45 minutes of just immaculate post-punk, essentially. Yeah, I guess it's more like art punky than it is post-punk for the most part. Yeah, it definitely has some of that like moody post-punk fucking Jesus Christ, moody post-punk undertones. I can't speak. The first three songs are weaker. I get where you're coming from. I don't necessarily agree. I will say that the first three songs are a little bit lighter than the rest of the album, but I kind of think that they're a perfect way to kind of set you into the atmosphere of this thing, and then Marquee Moon is kind of the big revelation of just how, just what this album can do, you know? They recorded demos of this album with Brian Eno in '74. They had these songs unlocked for a while. I see. You know, you could see how this would go on, you know, especially, you know, they got acts like Joy Division and stuff like that. Even like a lot of 2000s post-punk, I could see a lot of it taking influence from this. Like there was that one bit, I think it was on Marquee Moon, that sounds exactly like a fucking Interpol song, you know? So, some of like the 2000s post-punk influence stuff, I could see, like, trace it back to here, you know? This album, like, it's just so colorful and expressive, like such a wild vocalist being matched with musicians who every single one of them feels like they're taking the lead on every single song. Some incredible genre blending with the drums, punk, rock, jazz, a little bit of disco on one of the songs, just wild drum parts that constantly feel like they're shifting the entire tone and at points genre of the album. The bass lines being as thick and as adventurous as they are, the way they're constantly ascending and descending, giving these tracks like wave-like qualities. Absolutely beautiful bass lines. Some of the best interplay between guitars I have ever heard on any album. The soloing is great. The relationship between the lead and rhythm guitar being as, like, juxtaposed as it is, but fitting so beautifully, feeling like a kind of yin and yang to each other throughout this album. I didn't have a complaint about a single second of this. I did not have a complaint about a single fucking second of this. I think that this album is damn near fucking perfect for me. I'm going to run the numbers, and I'm going to tell you what my overall score for this album is. Yeah, sounds about right. Ladies and gentlemen, on Marquee Moon by Television, I am feeling a 10 on this album, ladies and gentlemen. That's right, I think this album is absolutely perfect. Yeah, with re-listens, this has become a big comfort album for me recently. Going through some shit and just having this album on to lift my spirits has been like fucking therapy. Some of the best guitar interplay that I have heard on any project ever. I think that the band's ability to just lock in with one another and create such immersive soundscapes that are incredibly simplistic in terms of the ideas being presented, but the proficiency on display is still so just on point. There's so many impressive individual parts, the way the album blends genres, again, like I said, points that feel a little punk inspired, feel a little more 60s rock and psychedelic inspired, with the drums having some jazzy elements, some disco elements. I can't think of a single album that has been as addicting after a first listen as this. Like, this album is like crack to me right now. I cannot stop coming back to songs like the title track, like Elevation, like The Closer, like See No Evil. Honestly, after I'm done fucking editing this, I'm probably just gonna go listen to the album again. I think that this album stands as handily just such an entrancing, such a memorable, such an enthralling, and consistently exciting piece of post-punk that feels boundary pushing, that feels incredibly influential. I can see its ties to so many things moving forward in the post-punk and new wave world, moving even further forward into the 2000s. A lot of indie rock that takes inspiration from post-punk is taking a lot from this. Yeah, this project is growing to be a personal favorite of mine. As of right now, among my 10s, I would put it at number 19. And honestly, I can only see that going up with more time with this, with more of a deep dive into this album as I uncover more of the incredible little details that are added into this thing. Just such an impressive production as well. The fact that, you know, a song like the title track here was done in a single take. I know the band rehearsed extensively, but the fact that it is done in a single take is just like mind-blowing. Actually mind-blowing that a band can pull this song off in a single take, you know, just crazy shit. absolutely crazy shit. Easy fucking 10. This is quite the immense journey of an album. I am excited to listen to this thing again casually. I'm excited to dive even deeper into the lyrics, see if this thing can grow to be 10 out of 10 status for me. We'll see. Gorgeous album, stunning, gonna need more listens. And yeah, we'll see by the time this video is out if the album has grown to a 10. It has. What, Marquee Moon or Pink Moon? I'd need to give this more listens. I'd need to give this more listens. You think you'll say Pink Moon, not because it's better, just because it's a more easily consistent concept? I'd need to give this more listens. They're two very difficult albums to pin up against each other. One's a folk album, and the other one's like an art punk, post-punk album. Very, very different experience. One is like the saddest shit ever, and this album here is fun as fuck. I wouldn't even know how to pit the two against each other. Quality-wise, this album's a little more consistent, but Pink Moon kind of has the sticking emotion factor a little bit more. Thank you all so much for watching this video. Let me know what you think of this album down below in the comments. Yeah, let me know what other albums you'd like to see me listen to in the future down below as well. Like and sub if you haven't. We are on our way to 4K as of when I'm filming this. I don't know when this is coming out. We might be beyond 4K. Just subscribe anyway. Yeah, links in the description to my Discord, my album of the year, my Twitter, my other channels. Check those out if you haven't. And I'll see you all whenever I next stream or upload. Bye-bye.